A peaceful morning bathed the countryside in golden light as a young woman walked through her grandmother's garden. Her attention was suddenly caught by a small figure huddled near the porch, a cat. Upon closer inspection, she realized it had no front legs. It was a heartbreaking sight. "Grandma, what's this cat doing here?" she asked, shocked by its condition. Her grandmother, with a soft smile, explained, "It's a stray I found. I couldn't leave it alone. It's been through so much. But it's a fighter. I just felt sorry for it and took it in." The woman watched as the cat moved clumsily on its hind legs. Its awkward, yet determined movements reminding her of a tiny T-Rex. Despite the obvious struggle, the cat pressed on, having learned to live without its front legs. Every now and then, it would lie down to eat, unable to support itself like other cats. But it never gave up. As the days passed, the woman grew fond of the little creature. She was touched by how, whenever she called its name, it would do its best to come to her. Despite its physical challenges, there was something about its resilience that made her heart ache with admiration. The cat, although disabled, had a surprising amount of energy, and it even managed to climb stairs, a feat that left her both impressed and emotional. But time was running out. The woman's visit was coming to an end, and she began to feel an ache in her heart at the thought of leaving the cat behind. Her grandmother, though kind and loving, was elderly and found it hard to care for the cat's special needs. "I want to take it home with me," the woman said, hoping to give the cat a better life. Her grandmother hesitated at first, but eventually agreed, knowing it was the right decision. Before they left, the woman decided to give the cat a bath. The cat, unsure of what was happening, initially behaved well, perhaps not realizing what was about to happen. But soon enough, it resisted, squirming and splashing in the water. Despite the struggle, the bath ended peacefully, and the woman dried the cat off with a towel, gently rubbing its soft fur. Once they were home, the cat was shy and scared in the unfamiliar surroundings. It spent most of the day hiding under the sofa, only venturing out when it heard her voice. The woman knew it would take time for the cat to adjust, and she patiently coaxed it into feeling safe. As the days passed, the woman decided to take the cat to the vet for a checkup, wanting to ensure it was healthy despite its disabilities. The visit was stressful for both the woman and the cat. When the vet took the cat to another room, it panicked, thrashing around in fear. The woman was called in to calm it down, and only with her presence did the cat settle enough for the examination to continue. Unfortunately, in its panic, the cat had injured itself, and one of its front stumps was bleeding. The vet reassured her that the injury wasn't serious, and aside from that, the cat was in good health. Back at home, the cat began to adapt, slowly becoming more comfortable. It had a good appetite and even started putting on some weight, enjoying the food the woman provided. But the woman had to go to work, leaving the cat alone for long hours. She would return home to find it lying on the floor, meowing softly, a sound that tugged at her heart. As time went on, the woman noticed something in the cat's eyes, an unspoken sadness, a longing for something familiar. It missed the warmth of her grandmother's home. No matter how much she tried to fill that gap, there was a deep bond between the cat and her grandmother that couldn't be replaced. After much thought, the woman made the difficult decision to take the cat back to her grandmother's house. She realized that true happiness for the cat was not in her home, but in the place where it had first felt safe and loved. When they arrived, the cat rushed toward a familiar chair and curled up underneath it, as if it had found its way back home. The woman watched as the cat settled in, a sense of peace washing over her. She knew this was where the cat truly belonged, beside her grandmother, in the warmth of a home it had never forgotten. No matter how much the woman tried to fill that void, there was a lingering sadness in the cat's eyes. quiet longing for the place where it had first found safety and love. One day, after much thought, the woman made a difficult but wise decision. She decided to take the cat back to her grandmother's house, hoping it would find true happiness in the place where it felt most at home. When they arrived, the moment the cat was placed on the floor, it immediately rushed to a familiar chair, curling up underneath it as if it had finally found its long-lost home. Watching the cat settle back into her grandmother's house, the woman realized that this was where the cat truly belonged. It was most comfortable in the warmth of her grandmother's presence. There was an unspoken understanding between the cat and the elderly woman, a bond that neither time nor distance could break. In that quiet moment, the house felt full of warmth and love, as if everything had returned to its rightful place.